Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So NEC Birmingham, haven't been since last October. So I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. I believe it's the biggest toy fair in Europe. But no, I've always had a good time here. But I mean, the last one I did go to was a bit busy, and I know that I should try that early bird, but because I live in Bedfordshire, it's a bit of a trek to go that early in the morning. But no, so I was looking forward to this. I went with my younger brother, and I did so well last year. I bought some right bargains, absolute bargains. Spent a small fortune. This year I don't have the cash to splash. So I was being mindful. So because I've mentioned in previous videos, I want to try and complete some projects, and I'm also trying not to buy duplicates, because I always end up picking up like an Optimus Prime truck or a Ultra Magnus truck or a vintage Darth Vader and a vintage Skeletor. So I'm trying not to pick up duplicates, and I made a list. I made a list to help me. Not necessarily I was going to buy these things, but it was something I wanted to look out for. So I wanted to look out for some more Episode 1 figures, because I collect them. I've got them all from back in the day open, but I like getting them on card, and usually you can pick them up for like £5. I wanted to get a Character Options 9th, 10th Doctor TARDIS. I didn't really mind what condition it was in, because I wanted to do a custom War Doctor TARDIS. And I'd seen them in the last year or so going for a £5. Yeah, things have changed. I wanted to look out for an Ace and a Remembrance Dalek. The old Character Options set from a couple of years ago, because I never saw it at all. And again, I'm not paying scalper prices, but if it was reasonable, I would have maybe picked that up. I was also looking for the Return of the Jedi storybook, which I had at school. I got it just before I watched the movie in Waltham Cross back in 1983. Do you remember that it's got like the red cover, and I think when you open the first page, it's got the picture of the Millennium Falcon flying around the Death Star. So I wanted to pick one of them up. Again, if it was reasonably priced. I wanted a Return of the Jedi sticker album, complete if possible, or it didn't have to be complete, just a bit of nostalgia, because mine went missing years ago, and it was in bits from taking it to school every day. So I wanted to maybe pick one of them up. I know you can get all this on eBay, but sometimes you can get a bargain. I really want a sealed packet of Return of the Jedi stickers, just because it was my favourite sticker album of all time. I was looking out for a Corgi Juniors W.H. Smith van. It's like an orange van, because I think it's a Leyland van, because I got one for Christmas back in it might have been the late 70s, like 1979 or something. Really loved that. Check out this AT-AT Commander. I was very tempted to pick him up. I'm sure he came from the actual AT-AT release from like the the late 90s, I believe. And I do like the sculpt on that, Power of the Force 2. So I was tempted to buy that. One of the good things about this particular bucket of figures was that they were all priced. So and also I don't mind haggling, but a lot of places I just didn't bother looking at all, because it was just extortionate. Honestly, I've never seen a toy fair where literally every single stall was highly priced, and they were all selling things at a similar price. Whereas like last year, I got bargains galore. Check this out. These are the retro toothbrushes that I used to use in the 80s. I think I had the Ewok, Han Solo wasn't there, but Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Darth Vader. Oral B, I think it is. And the weird thing is, I was only talking to my good friend Ed from New York State about toothbrushes last night, Star Wars toothbrushes. But yeah, this was a good stall as well. All his Star Wars figures, well, all his Lego figures were genuine, really good prices. He had the we had the brown Lego astronaut, £10. Going back to my list. So also on my list was like a 10th Doctor Cybermen, because usually you can pick them up cheap. A standard 6th Doctor figure with like the blue. It's not a cravat. It's like a polka dot necktie. A-Team figures. I wanted to go to the store. I bought some A-Team figures before lockdown. I wanted to get the bad guys, you know, the 3.75 figures. He had new old stock, so I was looking out for them. Also, because I want to do projects, I'm looking for parts for my Ewok village that I bought with Chuffy Futter from the Norwich Toy Fair. So I was looking out for a few bits. Here's the lift, because I've got the lift mechanism, and I've still got the original string attached to my Ewok village. So that was well up my street. That was £12. So I was looking around, but yeah, not many bargains. It was nice though to have like an itinerary of items that I wanted. I've never done that before, but yeah, I do like rummaging through the spare parts. I always have done, but usually I get carried away and stuff, because a lot of these bits and pieces were really cheap, not in the best condition, but they were cheap, and I would have normally bought them, but I'm trying to avoid buying duplicates because I need to go through my loft, maybe start getting rid of stuff. But yeah, what I did see on another stall, some guy, he was tempted to buy the Legacy Millennium Falcon. It was basically the shell. He was looking at buying it £30 as a project. Little did he know that further down the actual table, I'd looked at the spare parts already, and they were they're basically all the spare parts from the Millennium Falcon were in there, going for silly money. So what chance did he have of completing that? This lady had Lego figures, £4. I only needed one to complete my Disney 100. Mulan, I bought it, let your eyes be a guide, £4, 50p more than Lego. Little did I realise as I was driving down the motorway, it wasn't Mulan, it was Pocahontas. I'd only been to Tilbury Fort a couple of weeks ago, where Pocahontas' grave is literally opposite in Gravesend, in the churchyard. I can't believe it. I was absolutely gutted. So yeah, the Toy Fair, it was too busy. You know what really wound me up were the constant people stopping to look at their mobile phones and check prices. It was usually I do 2 circuits. I only managed 1 circuit, and then I had to try and remember where I'd seen stuff that I thought about buying. Oh, nightmare. So this is my toy haul from the NEC. I didn't buy much, to be honest. But as I mentioned, the prices were astronomical. Honestly, it was just so expensive. It was ridiculous prices. But so the first thing, the first thing I picked up were these guns, which these items. They had a little box, and this is what I like. Most of the stuff, there was no prices on the majority of the stuff at the NEC. There was no prices, but this was a little tub, and it had like weapons and accessories. And these were like these are Power of the Force 2 and Episode 1. So it's like 50p each, or free for £1. And I love weapons and accessories. So I picked up 2 Power of the Force Stormtrooper rifles. So the Power of the Force 2 figures came with 2 weapons, like the blaster, and this just went on their shoulder. But you know, if you're missing a gun for a Stormtrooper, you can just double up with the actual rifle. So I love the Power of the Force 2 Stormtroopers, as can be seen by my other purchase. So yeah, I picked up these 2, and then as a third item, I picked up the backpack. This is off another. This is like the Tatooine Sand Trooper. So I think I've got a figure that doesn't have the backpack. So and even if I don't need it, it will come in handy at some point. So that was a bargain, £1 for that free. And then because I love my battle droids, and I'm always picking new ones up, these were free battle droid blasters, free for £1. I mean, that is amazing. And these are all original, they're not like repros or anything. So then my second purchase was, I went back to the guy who I bought all my old new stock A-Team figures before the pandemic. So this is like in 2019, and he still had A-Team figures left over all these years later, because I saw them last time as well. But these are the A-Team baddies. So these were £8 each. He only had 2 left. He did have more earlier, probably at the early bird show. But these were £8 each. So he only had 2 of them. They got all the accessories, and I got them for £15. So I'm well happy with that. And they were. He also had a Cyberman, a Dapol Cyberman, and I've been wanting one of them for ages. But now I was being a bit mindful for this event, because you got to be mindful of your money. I don't have the cash to splash like I used to. Probably like a lot of people, the older financial crisis at the moment. So then, like all the beaters, I love looking at the beaters. Sometimes you find a bargain, all of £5 each. That's ridiculous. See, the thing is, when I went to the Sci-Fi and Film Museum in Milton Keynes, their beaters were £5. It's similar to when I went to the retro vintage toy shop in Baldock. His beaters were £5 as well. Like his TARDIS was £5. Sorry, £30, and that's what the prices have just gone up. That's what people are charging now. So it's something I've got to get used to. But it's completely different from the last NEC I went to, like last October. But I managed to find a tub, and he was selling figures were £2 each, free for a £5. So I always try and pick up like a vintage figure. I've got loads of these Endor Rangers. So I picked him up. He's in reasonable condition. It's not bad for £2. So I picked him up to go with all these brothers. Then I've got I love these Stormtroopers. Picked him up. He was in reasonable condition. Needs a bit of a clean. £2. But then free for a £5. Couldn't really find anything else I wanted. I've already got this figure, but I picked up Darth Vader. He's the special effects one. His red light still works, but he's missing his lightsaber. So I got him for £1. So I thought that was all right. They just need a bit of a scrub up. Then, as I mentioned, because I had my little itinerary that I was looking out for. I wanted to get maybe 1 or 2 parts for the Ewok village from that I got in Norwich for like £10. Let your eyes be a guide. So it cost me nothing. And I've got the lift mechanism already with the string. So I saw it at another stall, and the guy wanted like 20 quid. And I think it'd be nice to have a lift. And one of the sad things is, I never had this as a kid. Never even saw one, never played with one. But my wife, she used to play with her girly toys in the Ewok village, which was her brother's. So I'm a bit gutted by that. But yeah, so this guy was selling it for £12. I got it for a tenner. And as I say, I've still got the handle and the mechanism, and I've got the original string still on the Ewok village. So that'll be fun to set up. He did have other bits, but I didn't want to kind of push the boat out. And there's no hurry for these projects. I just want to make a little start. Then I thought I struck gold. There was this stall that was selling the Lego series figures, but they were already open and packed. £4. So initially they're £3.50 each, brand new. So I thought £4, 50p more, and I can see what it is. I only need one to complete the Disney 100 collection, and Mulan. well happy, £4. Let your eyes be a guide. Really happy. I'm sure I recognised it though, the actual building of it. I was driving down the motorway, and I remembered from my my vlog to to Tilbury Fort. It was Pocahontas that I needed, not Mulan, because Pocahontas' grave is in Gravesend, just opposite the fort. I can't believe it. So that was a waste of money. So so now I've got 2 Mulans and I still need Pocahontas. Then I saw this early on, and it's the Matchbox carry case, and I used to have this when I was a kid. I don't know why. Me and my brother had one. I don't know why my mum gave it away. I've got some of my Matchbox stuff, but I was gutted. It's a brilliant little set, and yeah, this was. I mean, you can see on the label, it's just got a little bit of slight damage where looks like a Tesco's price tag. This is proper nostalgia, similar to the old Star Wars Darth Vader lunchbox. But he wanted 20 quid. He had 3 of these, and it's got the trays. But these trays are blue. Mine were black, but he only had the blue ones. But I thought I need somewhere to store my Hot Wheels, and I thought this was great. So I think it's got it's got enough room for 24 Batmobiles. so I got that for £15, and I thought that was great because it is proper nostalgia. I absolutely love it. Again, it needs a clean up, but that will come in really handy for my Hot Wheels. So I'm really, really happy with that. And then finally, so again, there was hardly any episode 1 figures, and whereas the last one I went to in the October, there was loads of them. I mean, I love the episode 1, and I love the Power of the Force as well, but the ones they were selling, £10 each everywhere, which was weird. That was the strange thing with the stalls. Everything was being sold at the same price. Whether that might be an eBay price, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, the Rebel Transport, my favourite vehicle of all time, favourite playset, that was selling for £70. I mean, they were complete, to be fair, but £70, which I found surprising. I love the ship, but yeah, this guy was selling these for £5. So, I mean, I had most of his figures. He said he got them in a job lot. So, I don't know. I sort of treated myself, but I needed this guy, and I always mixed him up with his brother. But I knew I needed one of them. I mean, obviously, I've got these all loose. I bought them back in the day and played with them. But I took a photo. He was on my itinerary. I took a photo before I left for Birmingham. So I checked my photo because he had both of the guys, and this was the one I needed. The card's in really good condition. One of the strange things is though, it's like the cards. You probably can't see it. The card's dented inside. There's like a little dent in the inner packaging, but apart from that, it's in perfect condition. So I got in for a £5. I picked up. I love Darth Maul so much, and again, I'm not sure I had. The figure reminds me of the figure that has a magnet where you cut him in half, but I never had this figure on this card. So I thought that was nice, and it's got the little bit of information about Darth Maul on the back. So I don't think I had any of this wave at all. But yeah, £5, because I do like my Darth Maul. Then I got Obi-Wan from the same. Is it from a similar? I don't know if that's. I think that's Power of the Force 2, but a newer release. So that's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought that was a decent figure in decent condition for a £5. So I was happy with that. And then I picked up one of those battle droids. You know, I can't remember what they're called. You know the battle droids which they can roll, and then they open up into the robot and start shooting. I picked up one of them, but as I was putting it in my bag, the whole side of it had been split, so it wasn't sealed. So I was disappointed with that. So I said, look, I don't want that. So I ended up swapping it for Adi Gallia, and I've got her already. But the one I picked up from eBay a couple of years ago, it's kind of got a yellow. The actual bubble's a little bit yellow in, so I thought a £5. You can't go wrong. Let your eyes be your guide. Reasonable condition. But that's it. That's what I picked up. But yeah, as I say, it was very busy. I mean, the thing is, with me, I'm into stuff at different times of the year. So they had loads of trains and great deals on train sets and trains and carriages. But I'm more into the train sets when it comes to Christmas, because I'm definitely going to get my my train set out again, and my Flying Scotsman. Talking of Flying Scotsman, I read in the paper it had a collision a few days ago. But yeah, so that's what I picked up. Too busy, the NEC. I think I'll go again possibly next October. But yeah, I think I'll try that early bird, because it was just ridiculous. And I couldn't do any filming. It was just too packed, and I've mentioned about the mobile phone situation. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know you care. And I'll see you in the next one.